but I hope that you get a lot out of the SOS presentation. And if you're at home today, you will get that presentation tomorrow in class. But I want to go over what we're starting today. So today's stuff is really going to be more of this week's stuff. So I'm going to be accessing 2 documents on Schoology. They can both be found under week 4. The first one is called Assignment Overview. So this assignment, like I said, is going to take us the entire week, but it is chunked down into different parts. So we're going to be working on really step 1 today, but I want to go over the whole thing first. So this is going to seem like a lot, but I want you to take a deep breath. We will work together and everything's going to be great. This is kind of putting a lot of stuff together. You are going to put your rhetorical appeals knowledge into practice. You are going to put your research skills into practice, and you are going to put your writing skills into practice. So the first thing you're going to do, we're going to be doing a little research, and at the end of this, you are going to be writing an argumentative analysis. It is not an entire paper. It's 1 or 2 paragraphs. So it is not an entire paper. Don't freak out. The first thing you need to do is choose something to research. Here's the deal. I don't mean to say this rudely, but I don't really care what you choose in the sense that I just want it to be something that interests you, first of all. And second of all, it does need to be something that you can find legitimate research for. So make sure that you're not choosing like some fluff, random, specific thing. It needs to be broad enough that you are going to be able to find research for it. So I have a list on this assignment of options, but it definitely is up to you what you go with. You do not have to choose any of those options, but if they're helpful to you, then go for it. If you have questions about a research topic that you want to use, or if you need help finding one, please email me or set up a call with me and we will get that figured out. So that is your first step today, is just to choose a research question and to answer the research question. So for example, if you choose the very first option, is social media more harmful or more hurtful to us? Oh shoot, that should say more harmful or more helpful, huh? More harmful or more helpful to us, then you need to choose a side because that's going to help you in your research. You're going to be finding at least one credible source that supports your argument. So if you're saying social media is more harmful than helpful, then you need one source that supports that argument, and you need one source that argues the other side. So one source that says that social media is more helpful than it is harmful. Though that's really what you're going to be doing today, but I do want to talk about the coming days as well. Tomorrow, you are going to be putting your research into practice and taking some notes on it, and I'm going to show you that note sheet in a moment. On Wednesday's call, we're going to be talking about the Works Cited page. If you don't know what that is, we will talk about it on Wednesday. And then Thursday and Friday, you are going to be writing your analysis. Remember, that's just 1 or 2 paragraphs. It is not an entire paper, so please don't freak out. And we will talk about that on our team's calls as well. So that's going to be that. I want to now take you to another document. The title of it, so this is your assignment that is due tomorrow. The title is Steps 1 and 2, the Research and Findings. So today you are going to type your research question into this document. You're going to answer your research question here. You're going to find your 2 sources. So I want to mention some things here. First of all, make sure you save all of the websites that you use so that you can come back to them throughout the week. Most web pages, let me rephrase, most websites will have a web page title, an author, a website title, a publisher, and a date. And I'm going to go over how to find those in a moment. But I want to let you know that sometimes you might struggle to find an author. Sometimes you might struggle to find another piece, but really the other pieces should be there, and I'll give you some helpful hints along the way. But that's that. So I'm going to stop this recording now. The different information that we need. So some people get confused about the website title versus the web page or article title. So generally the website title is going to be at the very top. A lot of times it's in the left-hand corner. Sometimes it'll be in the center or the right. So this is National Public Radio, NPR. That's my website title. The article is called Dog People Live Longer, But Why? We have our date right here, and we have our author right here. Now we're just missing our publisher. So I scroll down to the very, very bottom of the page till I can scroll no further. And I generally see a copyright with a year and an organization. So this publisher is NPR, National Public Radio. You'll notice that's the same as my website title, and that happens quite often, and that is totally fine. I also want to note that this copyright year can also be used as the date if there is no date given at the beginning of the article. What this tells us is that this has been updated in the year 2020, and so we know that it is credible because it has been updated recently. It's not, from the 1990s and the information's super outdated, so it is up to date is what I should say. So that's that. I'm back to our steps 1 and 2 document. This is the last thing I'll share today. This is what you're going to be working on tomorrow. So you will use the sources that you find today, and you will find within your source a logical appeal. You will find